And as I'm heading out of town, literally on the highway, still in PE technically, I witnessed a horrible car accident, involving I won't go into details of the accident, but involving a VW combi busting and a pedestrian. I'm live here. He's not here. You didn't put the camera out there, but it's fine. I need more of my cup of happy.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, look at that. There I am. With my super short fresh cut.
Super short. I've also got a little bit of a trim.
You probably need to put your microphone on.
Hello. Sorry, of course.
Please forgive him, for he knows what he does. Maybe he doesn't.
You buffoon. Oh, no, it's off. Hello. Can you hear me now? Maybe you'll hear me better
All
now.
of that, and
There
his
we
microphone
go.
was off.
Oh, I like that. Maybe you did this on purpose.
I did not. Well, I should have, now that I
We'll
think
leave
about
that up for debate.
it. Okay.
Anyway,
Cool.
yeah.
So you want to jump into it?
Let's jump straight into it, yeah. Today we're talking about...
I wanted to share something that didn't happen to me that I witnessed, and then how God how God
was with you in
yeah,
that
well,
situation,
just
yeah.
once again, like, guys, God's got our back. God's got, and not only in protecting us, but He's guiding everything.
Yes.
So, I had to go out of town. I had to go fetch my ID and my passport, which I did in another town because it's easier to do than in PG, as you can imagine with the queues. Anyway, so it took a while. It's taken a month or so for me to be able to go out of town because their system is a mess. Even though the stuff's been ready, their system is offline, online, offline. You have to kind of wake up in the morning, wait for them to open at 8, 9 o'clock, phone them. Yeah, 9 o'clock's better anyway. Is the system online? Yes, it is on. Was it stable yesterday? Yes, it was. Okay, cool. I'm coming through today.
Yeah. So it was very like impromptu.
Yeah, so it's impromptu kind of thing. You can't just plan to go
Yeah.
on. I mean, I tried to plan, it didn't work.
Yeah.
The system was, of course, off the 2 days that I was available, free. So
Yeah.
I had to take time off and go and do this. And it's 2 hours away, so it's it's not a long drive, but I mean, it's not just a pop out there quickly. You know, you leave at 8, 9 o'clock, you're there only 11, almost 11. It takes half an hour to get done.
Yeah.
For me, that's like by 2 o'clock when I would get back, my work day is
Yeah,
done.
it's
kind
pretty
of
much
thing.
done, yeah.
More, but the class time is done. I have admin stuff to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so I do this the other day, and so I phone, and it's already in cool. So I jump in the car, go put petrol in, and I head off. And as I'm heading out of town, literally on the highway, still in PE technically, I witnessed a horrible car accident, involving I won't go into details of the accident, but involving a VW combi busting and a pedestrian. I mean, right in front of me, as in like I was car number 3 behind the situation.
Sure.
Or forward.
That's so crazy, yeah. Sure.
There's blessing in it and not. I mean, I moved out the way for the combi and the other 2 cars to go past me, and then the combi hit the pedestrian. I would have probably been there, and he would have done the same thing, and it would have been a lot worse, I think, if it hit my. I mean, it was a bad situation, but it would have been worse for me and the cars behind me hit my little car compared to the big square car.
Yeah.
It sounds terrible, so please understand. I have no disrespect to either party. But obviously I witnessed it. So, and I was this drama going out of town, and I'm just other cars did pull over and stop with the situation. So I was like, well, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to continue going. Also, it wasn't safe for me to stop. I would have had to stop on the right hand side and cross the highway. And I've just seen what happened to a pedestrian crossing the highway. There's no ways.
Maybe just going to get in the way more.
Well, there's no ways I'm going to even try to cross the highway. There's not a chance. Not after watching that. Because obviously people don't slow down, they just continue, you know. We weren't speeding, we were all doing under 120, but there was a group of cars, about 10 cars all together bunched up kind of thing. So it wouldn't have been safe. So I continue through, I go, have a great drive kind of thing, no real drama other than that. Get my ID and passport, which was actually faster than I planned, and saw my nephew and had lunch with my sister, and then I came home. And when I got home, actually while I was at my sister, but I saw on Facebook someone had posted this incident or whatever. So I commented because I'd seen another post where people had been commenting, and they were kind to the driver. There was no one being horrible to the driver, but they were also like kind of, you could see people were upset about the situation. So I commented, being that I just witnessed it, I was like, I was there, I witnessed this whole situation kind of thing. Very sad, you know, pray for both of them kind of situation. And anyway, I left it at that. And then later on, like, people commented, you know, it's so sad and whatever. And then later on, someone commented and said, I should come forward, if I don't mind, come forward and give a statement. Which I said is, you know, 100%. I'm happy to do that. I couldn't do it.
Especially since you witnessed the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I literally witnessed it. I couldn't do it the day before. I was obviously going out of town, and I mean, it would have taken hours on the scene and whatnot to do all that stuff. Would have messed the whole situation up, the whole plan up, and also it wasn't safe. So I said, sure, 100%. Somebody else got hold of me, and that was very involved as well, and asked, please, you know, can I give a statement, because it's quite rough on the driver. If he, you know, and I'll say this, from where I was, there's nothing he could have done to avoid that guy. He swerved and he still hit the gentleman. He couldn't have braked any harder. He wasn't, I wouldn't say he was in the wrong at all. Pedestrians are not supposed to run across the highway at all. It's illegal, but not only that.
And if I understand correctly, it was kind of like around a bend.
Yeah, it was
so
on a bend.
Not like you saw him from far.
Yeah, no, there was no. I mean, he was on the side of the road from far away, but I mean, he wasn't moving. And then as a bunch of cars got there, he decided to run. He ran in front of the lane, the left-hand lane, which I was in. They hit brakes. I went to the right-hand lane, and then he was in the middle of the road. And then he didn't stop in the middle. He kind of anyway. It was a horrible situation. There was no way or nothing you could do, kind of thing. It wasn't fun. Anyway, so I come back. So I'm now cool. So I'm gonna go and do it. So I kind of put out there where, who, what should I, you know, who should I talk to, where should I go, whatever. Someone gave me the number of someone said I must go to Kabiga. Well, they called it Linton Grange, but it's Kabiga Police Station, and ask for this person, and they'll give me the detectives that are dealing with it, blah, blah, blah. Someone else, or the owner gave me the name and number of the constable that was on scene.
Okay.
Right. So now it's just constable, whatever the person's surname is. I don't know, and then a cell phone number.
Yeah.
So the next morning, I start work, do whatever I can get done, and then I say, cool, I've done my admin, so I'm going to go and sort this out, and I'm going to go. So I get in the car. First I try and phone that number. Nobody answers. 4 or 5 times I phone the number. Nobody answers. So I'm like, okay, cool. Best thing I can do is get in the car and go and ask. So I drive all the way to Kabiga Police Station, go in, kind of thing. Now, obviously, I don't spend a lot of time in police stations. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't.
Up to nonsense that you do.
I don't.
No, and I don't buy a lot
of... Only to visit the DFO.
Yeah, I didn't even that. I've done that once. I don't do that a lot either.
Yeah.
So you don't know what to do. You know, I find like our police stations are not well marked out. They're not, No offense to them. It's not easy. You don't walk in and go, cool, I need to go here, I need to go there.
Yeah.
It's kind of a difficult thing. Anyway, so I go there, show them the picture of the case number, whatever. No, that's not a case number, it's an accident number. I'd already said to them, like, I witnessed an accident, I need to give a statement. But where is it from? I said, well, the accident was on the highway. I don't know.
Yeah.
I showed them the 2 messages, or like, it wasn't super unpleasant, but it wasn't super helpful either. The guy was kind of like, no, this person
kind of nonchalant.
Yeah, this person is with ours, but he's got nothing to do with that, and so on and so forth. So I said, well, where should I go? No, you must go to Mount Red Police Station.
Okay.
Now, remember, I've driven from where I work, which is in like sort of warmer area, all the way there. Now I've been told I must go to Mount Red. So you can imagine I was a little bit frustrated by the time I was in the car, kind of thing, and I was like, oh.
You're trying to do a good thing.
I'm trying to do a good thing. I'm trying to make a difference, and I felt bad when driving. I felt bad because I didn't stop. I felt bad because I let my busyness of my life or whatever, interfere. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Like that could have been the person that I was going to raise from the dead. You know? But I missed my opportunity because I was selfish, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I did really feel bad. So I was really now on the next day, and I wanted to do this kind of thing. So I drive all the way to Mount Road. Now I've never ever been to Mount Road Police Station, so I don't know what to do. So I park outside in the parking. Sort of walk in, there's a queue of people.
Yeah.
Stand in the queue, wait for like 10 minutes in the queue, and I'm like, what's going on? It seems like this gentleman at the door is literally just doing certifying copies of stuff.
Okay.
So after a while, I'm like, and I see that people in front of me don't have paperwork, so then I wasn't sure. And then I see the lady pull out a pile of paperwork, so I'm like, okay. So I step, I need to give a statement, where do I go? The cop wasn't quite sure. You can imagine with masks on and whatever, and obviously being a police station, I was really making sure my mask was on, I wasn't touching anything. And now you go inside. That's like, you go inside. Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, that's super helpful, great. So go into the door, walk in the door, and again, signs are falling off the wall. There's no sign that says, this here, that. There's one sign that says affidavits, but then they're falling over. There's one cop is here, there are 2 people standing at the back talking. It's a massive building. There's glass everywhere, so you can't really hear what's going on. kind of like, I don't know what's going on, Lord. So I'm like, cool. So I stand in the thing there. I stand for a few minutes. I was there for about 15 minutes. Nobody even, I mean, there's two guys in front of me. Nobody helps them. Nobody helps me. Kind of, they look at me. They don't do anything. I kind of try to get their attention. They're busy. So I take my phone out and I go to the number that I try to phone off this constable.
Yeah.
And I start typing an SMS. This is who I am. Is this the constable? Whatever. This is who I am. I witnessed this. I'd like to give a statement. Blah blah blah. How can I get hold of you? I've tried calling. Nothing kind of happens. So I don't send it. I keep it. I minimize it. Okay, it's now whatever the time was. 11 o'clock, I think it was. If I'm still here and 11:15 not helped, I'll send the SMS and I'll leave.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. They help the gentleman in front of me, and then this lady cop walks in. Afrikaans lady cop walks in.
Okay.
And she comes in, she goes around, she sits down, and she talks to these guys, and she sits down there, kind of thing. So now it's my turn. So the guy calls me forward. So I say, look, I witnessed an accident, whatever. No, but you can't do this. So I said, well, I was asked, I showed him the message, I was asked to, but who's in charge? So I said, I'm looking for constable, and I say the surname. And he literally points to me and goes, that's her.
Okay.
So he's like this distance apart. So she's sitting here, he's standing here.
Like it.
That's her. So she looks at me, she's like, can I help? So I explain. So she's like, okay, okay, yeah. She looks for the number quickly, gets the case number, whatever the thing is. Okay, so go around the corner. She takes me out, she goes, go around the corner. And I go into an office there, and there's a warrant officer, a nice Afrikaans gentleman, youngish, older than me, but not super old, if that makes sense. She explains what I'm looking for, whatever the story is. And anyway, so he helps me. It's a bit of a long story. He finds the case in the room next, because he's like, we'll have to get detectives to get hold of you, and I don't know if you don't mind. I'm like, that's fine, whatever. I'm here to do what kind of. And anyway, he's like, no, it's, you know what, he's going to sort it out. And he does the whole thing, and he does his spiel, and we go through the whole thing, and he's very nice about it, and he totally understands where I'm coming from and whatnot. But the thing for me was, I was so frustrated, and I just, the time I wanted to give up, I was like, I don't know what to do, God. I'm trying to do the right thing here, and it's just a mess. This place is a mess. Nobody knows. We all know what the police stations are like.
Yeah.
And with that, the exact person out of that massive police station, I mean, with all the cops that are moving around, I didn't see a lot coming in, but there's a lot of admin staff. But Mount Road is big. There's a prison there. There's everything. Holding cells. It's quite like the one that I'm needing walks in and sits down in front of me.
Wow.
As I say, I mean, there's a glass here, but she's sitting here and I'm standing there. Like,
that's insane, eh?
Then I was worried. I mean, I was worried I was going to have to try and explain this via a mask. I was sitting far enough away from the detective, or the warrant officer, and I asked him, can I take my mask off? Yeah, no problem. So that I could, really explain it. And
there was no miscommunication.
Yeah, there was no miscommunication. I was just blown away, and it just reminded me again that yes, God may not be giving me the bakkie of my dreams, or the farm of my dreams, or the whatever these big things that we all have,
Yeah.
Because we all have those big dreams, and we're all on God's case kind of thing, if I can say it that way, to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To raise people from the dead.
Yeah.
I felt guilty for not stopping it. Like
praying for him or something.
Praying for him. Like I prayed obviously in the car. I mean, I immediately sent a voice note to Em and Hendrik and to my parents or my family group as well, saying, please pray for this guy that's happened in front of me.
Yeah.
But God's like, once again, he's like, don't worry, but I do have you back in this moment.
Yeah, I'm still with you.
Yeah, just give me 2 more minutes kind of thing. It's like, just give me 2 more minutes before you send that message. Minimize it, give me 2 more minutes. If and then kind of thing, then cool, then leave. With that, the exact personality, the person who was on scene, who was able to explain exactly because obviously I don't know how this all works, but you don't get a case number for an accident, you get an accident number, it's different, but then there is a case number for she knew them out of her head because she just worked it, done all of it. That's crazy, And this dude obviously knew her, this warrant officer, and was very polite and it wasn't aggressive, it wasn't, one of the things, not I felt good about it, but I felt like when I walked away, I'd made a difference.
Yeah.
I had actually made a difference in somebody's life, whether it's the driver's life, or whether it's just a case in the situation, I felt like I had actually done the right thing because it worked out, but God had made it work out exactly the way. I was in the right place. I mean, I'd lost my biscuits all the way kind of thing on Cape Road because I was upset because I have to drive now from one side of town to the other side of town to now go and stand in a queue there after I stood in a queue there. 2 queues. I don't even know where I'm going. What I mean?
That can be frustrating.
And obviously that police station is full of people looking for stamps and looking for all sorts of things. It's not simple and easy. And I was very worried and I was like, this is, you know what? I don't know what to do. I'm going to leave kind of thing. And with that, God sends the right person, and they hand me to the right person. And
it actually goes a lot smoother than
exactly what I thought it would be, and it looks like it's going to make a real difference. And he said to me, this is great or whatever. They will obviously contact you if they need anything else. But I doubt that they will, because it's a full statement with details. I was able to give details that I assume he'd read the case before, because he took about 10 minutes in the other office. He'd read the case probably, so he knew kind of things. So when I said them, he knew that I wasn't lying. I wasn't just coming up for my friend. I have a voice note and I have an SMS to prove that I collected my ID and that you know what I mean. He also understood that situation as well. He'd done 2 days before. He'd taken his mom to pick up her passport, and the same thing had happened to him wherever he went. We got there, it was offline. Then he phoned and it's on. So just an encouragement. God has always got our back. He literally always has our back.
It makes me think, because obviously, like you experienced that God has your back, and things worked out fine for you and things like that. But I wonder, for the business owner who owned the combi, or the driver, or I would be just interested. I'm not saying it is, but I would be interested to find out if they are praying people, or that if they have people praying for them, because oftentimes I've seen that when you get faced with something like this, randomly someone who saw the accident, who didn't even stop, they went to go and testify 2 days later, saying that no, it was not their fault, it was an actual accident, and then it would get them off the hook, so it's like, it's multifaceted. God is there for many of, like he's there for all of his children.
And I mean,
it's just something that I thought.
It's one of those encouraging things as well, because like for me, it's like, well, that encourages us to pray for the people in our lives, friends, or families, or whatever.
100%.
We've got businesses, because we never know what might be happening with them. Where they'll need someone to step up.
Someone random of the public that they don't even know.
Don't even know.
Witness something.
That's it. I mean, there's a bunch of cars. It just happened to be,
And the fact that you commented, and the fact that someone said you should go and testify. And there's a whole series of events that had to happen for you to actually be there, and that's it's got the markings of answered prayer.
People will say it's coincidence, and I believe in God incidents, not a coincidence. That's exactly it. It's got the markings of answered prayer. Like I said that on the way back as well. I was like, Lord, I wish I'd stopped. Like, how can I do something about it? There's nothing I can do. There's no way I'm going to walk into the police station and say, can I give a statement? Because I don't know what statement has been given on the the car stood pullover. So any one of them could have. There was at least in total 10 cars there. So he could have had 8 statements. Myself and the one other car drove on, kind of thing. And God just orchestrated the situation that it was in the end actually way easier than it had looked like it was going to be. I felt a lot more confident.
It was a lot more impactful, I think. As well,
exactly. Absolutely. So just an encouragement, guys. God does have your back. He may not give you the Ferrari or the children or the whatever it is that you're praying for, but in the small things, when you really need to make a difference in the world, He's there. He's got your back.
Pray.
Pray.
Pray for each other.
100%.
Okay, guys.
Cool.
See you in the next one.